Hello, friends. My name is Vibhor Kaushik. Welcome to Political Gyan Ganga, my YouTube channel. Today, we will discuss about India's latest defense purchase, which is S-400 from Russia. Before we do that, I would request all of you to please subscribe to my channel, like my video, comment on it, and feel free to share if you like it. So today we will discuss the purchase of S-400 air defense system, which we have done from Russia. I would like to tell you why we have purchased it, what are the implications, and how good it is. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. So what is S-400? See, S-400 is a air defense system developed by Russia. Now, it is perhaps the best air defense system in the world. Why? Because when we talk about, let me just brief you about the air defense systems. A lot of people think that air defense system just shoots the missiles at a great speed. But that's not all. Air defense systems actually also have very powerful radars who can first detect the incoming object, and then they can lock those incoming objects, and then they can shoot them in the air itself. So it could be an enemy fighter jet, it could be an enemy missile, and it could be a enemy drone. Though for drones are very small in size, they are rarely used for killing drones. It can also be used for killing UAVs, unmanned aircrafts. So when we talk about S-400, this contract was signed in year 2018 with Russia. It was done in context that China had already signed the contract of this air defense system, and everybody knew that it is the best in the world. Why? Because Russians actually made it to kill the best fighter jet of the world, which is F-35, right? So theoretically, it can even kill F-35. Why I say this, or why experts, even the defense experts say this, it's simply because it has a range of 600 kilometers. It has a detection range of 600 kilometer and a kill range of 400 kilometers. So when we talk about kill range of 400 kilometers, it literally means that any fighter jet, even taking off from Pakistan Airways, anywhere in Pakistan, it will detect it, and it has the capability of to kill it then and there itself. So that it is that capable and it is that good, right? So if we talk about specifics, it has a speed of Mach 14, which is almost, we can say, 17,000 kilometers per hour. It's one hell of a speed. Its missile can fire and reach the speed of 17,000 kilometers per hour, which is literally 11,000 miles per hour. It's super fast. Mach 14 is really, really good. There is no other defense system whose missiles can reach up to this much speed, right? It also has a forget and fire and forget system. If the target has been locked, then you can just forget it. You can just simply press the button, and the missile will chase down the target and it will kill it, right? Now, it also has a very capable radar which can detect anything, any moving object which is, say, more than 10 feet long, it can detect. So technically it can even detect the small drones, usually, and obviously definitely the UAVs and all that it can detect. So that's that, right? Now the thing is, now the question arises, why India has bought it, and what would it do at the tactical level and strategic level for India. When we talk about Pakistan, our western borders, it gives us a tremendous advantage. In fact, it gives us the air dominance against Pakistan, because we can just detect the planes by placing it anywhere near the Pakistani border. It could be Rajasthan, it could be Punjab, it could be Haryana, anywhere. We can place it, and it will detect each and every plane which is civilian or defense, which will fly out of Pakistan and towards India. So it's that good. So and today's warfare is all about seeing first and killing first. And Pakistan does not have this. Uh, Pakistan does not have the capability to match this system. They just don't have that good system at present with them, period, right? So that's that. Against China, what it does is it becomes a deterrent, because its radar is so powerful that it can even detect the stealth aircrafts and UAVs, because Russians specifically made it for F-35. So theoretically and technically, and it's proven also, that it can detect the so-called stealth fighter jet of China, which is J-20. So that's a huge advantage for us, and obviously it can kill it also, right? So does it give edge against China? I won't say it gives us edge against China, because China has the similar system with them, because they bought it first. Because China bought it, that's why we bought it, right? So, but it evens out the things against China. Now, another very good thing about this S-400 is, like name suggests, the maximum range is 400 kilometers, right? Then it can strike down an object which is 240 kilometers at a distance. It can also strike down the object which is perhaps say 120 kilometers, and it can also strike down the object which is say just 40 kilometers away, right? So it has four different missiles in a one set. So suppose if you, although it's unlikely, but there could be you know enemy could send aircrafts in groups. Suppose like Pakistan did in after the Balakot, Pakistan sent its 24 aircrafts in a group. So it could be that you may not kill all of them at one go. Some of them may intrude and come inside, right? So what it can do is it has four different range of missiles, and it has the ability to strike down the enemy aircrafts or enemy UAVs at a different space distance. Suppose a 400-kilometer was missed, then it has the capability of striking down at 240 kilometers. If the 240 was somehow missed, it has the capability to strike down at 120 kilometers. Suppose even if 120 was missed, so even if the enemy aircraft or missile is near just 40 kilometers from you, it can strike even that down. So it gives you a variety, right? Which lot of air defense systems don't do, because they come up with specific number of kilometers it can reach, no, not less, not more. So that's the thing. Now that's the defense and tactical part of it. Now there is also we can say a diplomatic, or it could have a economic implication, because the USA is in particular is not happy with us buying this Russian system, because we know the equation between USA and Russia, and US does not like its allies or partners to basically buy Russian equipments, defense equipments, and they are threatening to impose CAATSA to us. CAATSA basically means it will, if it is imposed against India, then India will not be able to do a lot of defense purchases against India, and lot of there could be even economic sanctions against India. Now the question is, will USA actually impose CAATSA against India? There are both the voices in USA. There are people who want US government to impose CAATSA against India, and there are people who don't want USA to impose CAATSA against India. My take on this is, obviously I'm an Indian, and I would not like USA to impose CAATSA against India, simply because imposing CAATSA will not help at all. Because see, if USA wants India to be its friend, and if USA wants that in future India buys US equipments, which we have been in the last 10 years we have bought, you know, 20 billion worth US defense equipment. So it's not that we don't give business to them. We have given a lot of business to the, defense companies of USA. Now, if they impose sanctions against India, the CAATSA, then unfortunately it will be a very bad thing for the relationship of US and India, right? It will do a couple of things. A, it will automatically, force India to buy Russian equipment, because as soon as the CAATSA is imposed, India cannot buy US equipments, right? More or less, something like that, right? So there will be a lot of ifs and buts. So obviously that would force India to buy Russian equipments, which are comparatively cheaper, and they they also now are willing to share technology, which is another plus, which unfortunately US doesn't. They have their own reasons not to share their technology, but India is looking for technology these days, not just the weapons, right? So one point is that it will force India to buy Russian weapons anyway if CAATSA is imposed, right? Another point is that it's it will be a geopolitical blunder, because if USA wants to tame China, then it needs India at its disposal. Uh, they will have to take help of India, because no other country in Asia can deal with China militarily. Russians obviously will not help you, because Russians are your enemy, number one, or number two, maybe. Or perhaps today, these days, it's number one, China. So don't expect any help from Russia if you want to deal with China. India can help you, but for that you'll have to show a little flexibility, and I feel that sanctions uh, would be a very wrong thing to do, right? So that's one point. Now the other thing which I wanted to talk about is that you know one of the main reasons of buying this S-400 was that the Indian Air Force squadron unfortunately is depleting. We need 42 squadrons of fighter jets, but we only have 29, and which will also reduce dramatically by 2030. So obviously you need fighter jets both in offensive roles and defensive roles. So there was there was a need for a air defense system which can play both offensive and defensive role, and S-400 actually plays that role beautifully. So what it will do is the the induction of S-400 in Indian defense, it will free up our lots of our aircrafts for offensive role. So that's the best thing which it has done to the Indian defense. I'm very happy with the purchase. I know US is unhappy. I think the only country which is unhappy is USA. But I would like to politely tell them that they can't dictate terms to their allies from whom to purchase or from whom to have good relationship or from whom to have bad relationship. That's not how it works. India will look after its own interest. India will look after what's best for itself. And India is being a sovereign country will purchase stuffs from different nations. So that's how it will go. So I've come to the end of my video, and before I go, I would like to tell you that please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, share my videos. This is Vibhor Kaushik, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.